They need to do what might maybe be a miraculous result if they want to scale through to the next round. Promises to be an entertaining encounter here today at the MKO Abiola Sports Arena. Beautiful game of football awaits us, and it promises to be entertaining. Beautiful weather. From what started with a sunny day and now into the chilled, cloudy evening here in Abeokuta. Well, for the visiting team today, Remo Stars, just two changes made by the head coach, and we've got Adama Goita rewarded here with the starts today. He's second for Remo Stars and he's first in the CAF competitions for the Sky Blue Stars, and also Haruna Hadi also making it to the starting lineup. But not alone today. Commentaries, I've got my co-commentator here with me, Azubike Onicha, to take us through the substitutes from these two sides.
And I'll tell you, it's a brilliant one we're seeing right here. We're seeing some lovely players on the bench. Salim Belonjara is right here on the bench. Mahamoud Sahim is also on the bench. Ibrahim Ahmada, Abisa Jares, Mimba Sole, and Abu Mohammed, just some of the names making it on the list. And Sabitu Abiola, Faisal San is also on the bench. Samson Additional, Shoebu Lale, not forgetting Joseph Oche, also on the bench. Stanley Joseph will be looking to get in here, and Kudus rather is just one of the top player looking to get into the team. And I just want to tell you that, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is actually set for this one. The Sky Blue Stars of Remo are ready to shine on continental soil. While from the Indian Ocean, the team from Comoros, US Zilimadjou, have been here in Abeokuta all week as they had to move all the way from Moroni, carrying the pride of Comoros football. It's not just a match for them. It's two champions colliding. They still see it that way, as you saw the way they came into the pitch and when they had their training. Each one desperate to edge their name deeper in the CAF Champions League story. And I tell you, it's going to be a brilliant one for these two sides as this game is concerned. Remo Stars have a 4-0 lead. They want to play on that particular stand, and the fans watching will be believing that their team already have it to play against Mamelodi Sundowns in the next game. We are watching out for if any of them wins this particular one. Will Remo Stars finally break past the first hurdle? That's the question they're asking themselves, and they want to answer that question today.
Both teams ready to rumble in this second leg of the first preliminary round in the CAF Champions League. Well, after a disastrous first leg that saw them concede 4 goals without reply, US Zilimadjou would need to produce a truly heroic performance to stand any chance of progressing here today. Well, technically and on paper, Remo Stars are the visitors here today, and they are riding high on confidence after their convincing win in the first leg. Now they'll be looking to see out this tie with a comfortable result, perhaps even adding to their tally to make the scoreline look even more emphatic. But no doubt, Zilimadjou will be determined to inspire themselves to a miraculous turnaround here today. But the big question will be, can they overcome the 4-goal deficit and make history? Or will Remo Stars prove too strong and book their spots in the next round? No doubt, we are ready for 90 minutes of pulse-pounding football as these two championship winning sides clash. Well, the side from Comoros looking to overcome a 4-goal deficit and pull off one of the greatest comebacks the competition has ever seen. Although Remo Stars proved too strong, too clinical, and too composed, booking their spots in the next round with a convincing performance. Almost ready, exchange of pleasantries from these two sides. Remo Stars donning their away attire today. For most of the fans at home watching this, you might think this is a home tie, but on paper, Remo Stars are away from home today against US Zilimadjou. The team of officials just getting ready to set the ball rolling. Well, we've got our center referee from Togo, Akleso Gnama, who will be leading the charge, assisted by referees from Cabo Verde, George Correra Samedo Helio and Delgado Fernandez Wilson George, the assistant referees and official for this second leg of this first preliminary round clash in Africa's biggest club football competition. Zilimadjou not looking too bad in their attire today. You get a feel for this side playing 2 legs of this game away from home. Today, no doubt, hoping to play and show forth what they can in this game against Remo Stars. Big game for these players. 3 changes to the lineup from the manager. The atmosphere really boiling here. The Remo Stars faithful, even though this is not Ikene, but they have made the journey down here, albeit the short one, here to Abeokuta to support the side as they acknowledge the home support here today.
As usual, you always see them go in that direction to acknowledge what the home supporters have brought for them. Not as much as you would have wanted to see, but they're still getting to that height, and you can see the coach is so focused on the game, not looking at the past that they have won by 4-0. They are really wanting to get the results they want. We saw the Comoros team earlier, US Zilimadjou, and they were really focused. I think they'll be getting some fans on the lighter notes with their green jersey, looking like that of the Super Eagles. Maybe not perfectly, but when you see a green-white jersey, the next thing that comes to your mind is the Nigerian national team. Hilal will be looking to lead his side in the right direction, at least to get something from this encounter in this game. A couple of changes on the side, both sides actually, and that makes it even more interesting to see. I love what I'm seeing right here. I love the turn-up of the fans, and we're looking to even get more as the game wears on.
Well, Anakwe Samuel captains Remo Stars today in the absence of Adedayo Olamilekan, who starts from the bench today. Anakwe Samuel had a brilliant first game here in that first leg, hoping to replicate that performance here today. So he's opposition, also the captain of the home side here today, Zilimadjou, Hilali Masulaha leading his side today. Well, some show of sportsmanship there from the team of officials as Remo Stars falls for a pre-match photograph.
Looking so beautiful, and just like you heard from the announcer earlier, if you have been following the game from the start, you will not be seeing them in their sky blue jerseys, and that doesn't stop them from being the sky blue Stars. They will be looking to get something really lovely from here. They will not want to see any offsets in this one, and they will still put in their energy. And I think it's been a case of like for like from the start of the game last week.
One of the three changes for Zilimadjou, Flavio, just having a word with his coach. Oh, something about Flavio, he came later than the rest of the team when they touched down Nigeria, so maybe not deemed fit enough to start that first leg, but here today hoping to show the manager what he's got.
Is he the X factor? A couple of people are looking at that already, and we'll just take your mind quickly down to 1979, where we saw Simba of Tanzania lose their first leg by 4-0. Same scoreline we saw Remo Stars win the first leg by, and they lost them in the second leg. Actually, they came back in the second leg to beat Mufulira Wanderers of Zambia that year in 1979. That's a long time ago, but football will always have upsets, and I know the home fans are not seeing it in that direction. The Remo Stars team have also come focused and wanted to get the result onto this evening's game, just making sure that Mamelodi Sundowns doesn't elude them in the next couple of weeks after qualifying from this round for the first time.
So Gnama, our center referee from Togo, looks to his watch, ready to sound the whistle for this one to get underway. Looking like the away side Remo Stars will set the ball rolling, and Akwe Sama ready to go. Both teams pretty much distinguished from their respective attires today. US Zilimadjou on all green, and Remo Stars looking bright in their wine color kits, just shaking it off just before kickoff. It's a 4 p.m. game here in Nigeria, so we are just a few seconds away from the sound of the referee's whistle, and here we go. Remo Stars up against US Zilimadjou. Remo Stars, the visitors here today, attacking the goal to our right hand side, and Zilimadjou, the home side, who are also now playing from right to left. And how huge of attacks this is for the side from Comoros, overturning the 4-goal deficit from the first leg.
I intentionally brought some of those past results. One about 40 plus years ago, but it doesn't stop the fact that Remo Stars will be focused on this. They would have also seen things like this. The team from Comoros have already been feeling hard done by from the start of the game or the fixture when their stadium wasn't approved, the stadium in Moroni. But they will just want to play that good football they started with again last week. They wouldn't just come here to play for pride. You talked about Flavio earlier. He most likely will be one of their key players who have come into the starting lineup, and he will want to do something better for the team. And want to see that Remo Stars are slowed down on getting the first goal. If they can get the first goal, then they put some pressure on the Remo Stars team, and that looks like they are ready for battle.
Well, pressure, maybe the third name of Remo Stars head coach Daniel Ogumodede, who alluded to the fact that he's always constantly under pressure on the job.
I love that fact that he understands what the people see about him, and it makes it really funny, taking the pressure away from him sometimes.
A minute and a half played so far here in this game. Still early days. Remo Stars keeping hold of possession. Here's one of the goal scorers from the first leg, Ebuka Anthony, to Rahim Abubakar. And one fullback to the other. Here's Chigozie Chileku now. Both fullbacks so instrumental in that first leg here, in that 4-0 score line. Remo Stars still keeping hold of the ball. Here's Hadi Haruna, restored to the lineup today in this fixture. Remo Stars keeping hold of possession here today. Back to Zilimadjou. Now they will clear their lines.
I must say, you hardly see left back and the right back, and that brilliance, and the communication was just top notch. Abubakar and Chileku did so well. They even did it to the point of creating a goal that was scored in the second half of this encounter. That free kick was brilliant and actually caught the Zilimadjou team unawares. I love what the coach has been able to do, and also looking to improve on the side as we look forward to a better game from the Remo Stars side.
Genge Leonard. Is trying to keep hold of it now. Another player who was impressive in that first leg was Sadiq Oshidero, just sitting in front of both centre backs, Ebuka Anthony and Genge Leonard. Trying for the away side, taken by Rahim Abubakar. A beautiful cross to Tia Adama Goita. The first leg. Something about Remo Stars and fullback. No Ismail Sadiq, but there's some elevation to that strike. So close, Remo Stars. Goal kick, Zilimadjou.
One of the greatest substitutes in the MPFL last season. Almost got that one to the back of the net. Anakoy Samuel wanted to get that header to the ball. A good cross from Abu once again. I just spoke about him. Good pass, and he got it to right. One touch hit. Anakoy Samuel missed the header, and it was a header from the defender, falling kindly to Hadi Haruna, who couldn't take advantage of that.
Zilimadjou was still looking to create their first real attacking intent in this game. Obasa to Alex. Alex fouled right in front of the referee. Free kick, Remo Stars. 4 minutes into this tie, the visitors closest to breaking the deadlock in this game. Goita, one-time pass to Anakoy Samuel. Beautifully done by Anakoy Samuel to find Hadi Haruna. Back to Haruna. Hadi, the strike comes in. Oh, so close in quick succession. Hadi Haruna just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. So disappointed with himself.
Not really a poor strike if you ask me. Did as much as he could, but just a bit lower. Would have been talking about the first goal of this game. Hadi Haruna has gotten the opportunity for the first two. He has to work on that and those strikes and look to bring it down in the next attempt he gets.
Here's Sulemana. He's got pace, trying to win the corner, but unlucky in the end. Goalkeeper Remo Stars.
Abubakar is just one of those top-notch players, you know. Got that one so well. Made sure the ball didn't go out for a corner. Hit it on his opponent. And you just see how he wins that one for a goal kick with an ease.
Making only their third appearance in Africa's elite competition, Remo Stars announced themselves in style in that 4-0 domination. The first leg here at the MK Abiola Sports Arena. Still renovation works ongoing at the Fortress in Ikane. Well, heading into this game, no complacency. The head coach of Remo Stars, Thiago Conde, insists that his players must remain humble. For many football fans, you feel that this one is home and dry, but great mentality from the manager to keep his side in check just before this fixture here today.
It just has to be that way. You don't get carried away by the fact that you've gotten a result. It's still a scoreline when you consider the fact that there is a second leg, which is what we are seeing in front of us at this point in time. And I love the fact that Remo Stars are coming with that mindset, playing and pushing from the back, wanting to get the result. Like I said, Ibrahim Abubakar is just one of those key players. He's done so well from the right back. He'll be looking to continue where he left off in the last game. Got a couple of moves, got an assist also in the game. Struck some balls, made some very beautiful crosses. And it's a compact performance we're seeing already from Remo Stars, just like what we saw in the first leg. And they have some great players also to look out for on the bench. Just as I talked about them, they are playing with that same passion. And with also one of the players that brought down Sadiq Leko Shidera.
Shidera fouled. Free kick for Remo Stars. And they take advantage from this one. Hadi Haruna and Ibrahim Abubakar standing by this one. Abubakar walks away. Hadi Haruna with the cross. Goalkeeper off his line. Got a strong hand to it. And it's a corner for Remo Stars. Great goalkeeping there from the man who conceded 4 in the first leg, Yusuf Jawadi. Surely wouldn't want to concede as much as 4 in this reverse fixture.
Adama Goita, I thought he was offside, but clearly he was onside from what the assistant referee said. He went out for that one, but the goalkeeper was brilliant. Had to push that one away so he doesn't get under pressure from any rebound.
Set piece duties today, Hadi Haruna. Send this corner in. A bit of coming together there at the edge of the 18-yard area. It's going to be an in-swinger from the right boots of Remo Stars, number 16. Alex Oyoa down in the box. Hadi Haruna taking a pass, but to carry on. We'll give it a go again. A host of options waiting to attack this one for Remo Stars. The corner comes in, headed out. At the best of corners from Hadi Haruna. And they go on the breakdown. Zilimadjou. There's Zaid Amada Jafar on the left-hand side, looking for Suleimana, but they've won the throw, Zilimadjou.
Standing and Leonard and taking no chances in that position. Got the ball and just hit it out and straight up for a throw-in. Just to play safe. As Zilimadjou were looking to pressure them with that little chance that they got.
Gaitan. Patrick Marbuk just making way for Mukti Bilali. Free kick taken short. Back to the goalkeeper, Yusuf Jawadi.
So the brilliant nutmeg right there from that man, Zahid Amada Jafar. Fortunately, he couldn't get past, and that was what led to the free kick. This player who was going to get the ball was closed down. The referee saw it as a foul. And you know what nutmegs can always do in football games, Emmanuel? Makes everyone go wild when he comes out successful. One of the craziest things you don't want to happen against you, but you want to do it against other players in football games full time.
10 minutes into this game, still awaiting the very first goal. Zilimadjou and Remo Stars still slogging it out in this second leg in the first preliminary round. Zilimadjou nil, Remo Stars nil. There's Chaka Koulibaly. Oh, the follow through just catching the Malian. Another rash challenge on Alex Soyewa. 3 rash challenges in quick succession, and now the yellow card is out. This time it is Ibrahim Abubakar who stayed down. Well, it seems the referee is still pointing to the initial foul from Gaitan. Abubakar looks okay, back on his feet. Not too pleased there, Daniel Lukumodede. Wouldn't want to see any more injury worries to his side. Remo Stars still without their headline signing, Victor Mbauma. And surely Jabal wouldn't want to lose out on any key player in this fixture.
Funny tackles right there. Chaka Koulibaly first. Ibrahim Abubakar also going down. The referee actually had to spot that one. He actually played the advantage at first. It's a free kick for Remo Stars.
Cross comes in from Hadi Haruna. Once again, a strong right hand from Yusuf Jawadi. It was Dama Goita attacking that whipping ball from Hadi Haruna. One thing about goalkeepers coming off their lines to clean those aerial balls, you have to be perfect. You have to get the timing right.
Hadi has been delivering those balls. I'm so close to the goalkeeper. I think there should be some out swinging crosses, more like a curler when he makes them, those crosses. The curve is not there. So he goes straight up at the goalkeeper and puts it in a dangerous situation for Goita. He almost injured himself right there. But good to see him back on his feet.
Chileku. Cross cleared by Osula Hilali. Remo Stars filing all the pressure now. Adi Aruna. Here's Avu. Ibrahim gets the return pass from Alex Oyowa. Another cross from Ibrahim Abubakar. Too high for Adama Goita. As Chigozie Chileku waiting the far side, but headed out for Remo Stars throw. Now clearly on the absence the sound of the referee's whistle, Remo Stars. Here's Ibuka Anthony trying to bring the ball out from the back. Dropping deep is Anakwe Sama. Alex Soyowa. Anakwe Sama has got some nice step overs. This time couldn't go past Suleimana. It's a throw-in for Zilimadjou.
He would have thought he won that one, Anakwe Samuel. Protested for it and still trying to just see if he won that. But I think the assistant referee saw that one clearly. And you're knowing for his step overs.
This guy turn. Yellow carded. Second look at that call for throwing. Just falling in deaf ears. Throwing for Remo Stars deep in their own half. Well, it's not been a game filled with so many clear-cut chances after 13 minutes. Clearly, Remo Stars in no rush. Still lead on aggregate by 4-0. The immediate aim of this Remo Stars side is progression to the next round for long term. It's to establish themselves as consistent continental contenders.
And maybe this is just what they need to break through. If they get past this, maybe they will be able to prove naysayers wrong. Playing against a team like Mamelodi Sundowns, who already got the bye. They finished them as runners-up in the last CAF Champions League. And that's a great side who also played in the Club World Cup this year. So it's a great battle for them and some good exposure they will need on the next height as far as their footballing exposure is concerned. They played some good football in the first leg. They started also brightly right here, playing a couple of players that should be starting from the bench. And that's just to show you how much Remo Stars believe in themselves. Like I asked earlier, the question would be, will they get in through?
Given away by Zilimadjou in a dangerous position. Remo Stars failing to take advantage in that instance. And now they will look to break forward. A brilliant pass looking for Suleimana. He's got pace. He's kept it alive, Suleimana. 1-on-1 with Ibrahim Abubakar. Now still Zilimadjou will strike from distance. Obasa got a hand to it. A great strike from that left-hand side. Dangerously hit there by Ismail Mohammed. Obasa on the last two. Puts that one out for Zilimadjou corner. Decent try in the end.
You didn't see that one coming. He had Chaka in front of him. Just felt like he could give that try from a distance. And he went on for that beautiful strike. I love what I saw right there. Ismail Mohammed checking if he could just chip that one over the goalkeeper. He put it with force. But Obasa was just brilliant and saved that one so well to keep the scoreline at 0-0.
First corner for the home side, Zilimadjou. Amada Jafar will take this corner. Tried to drop it at the edge for a green shirt, but there was no one waiting. Lack of awareness there from Alex Soyowa. Robbed up the ball easily. Zilimadjou on the attack. Here's Flavio. Flavio looking to play through for Saidi Ibrahim. Ibuka Anthony to shield in the ball. Flick to Ngengeliona. Not the best of clearance from the former Ikorodu City centre back.
And I think what Zilimadjou are trying to do right here is to most likely shock the favourites who are already 4-0 up. At least ensure that they can score a goal and put them under some pressure, letting them know that no giant is too tall to fall. If they carry on with that mindset, it makes the game even more interesting. And I think I've seen a bit of lackluster from some Remo Stars players. Alex Oyowa being one of them. He has got to what we saw earlier, the free kick for Shindero.
Okay, Ton needs to be careful already.
We saw earlier the free kick for Shindero.
Okay, Ton needs to be careful already on a yellow card. On a yellow card. The last thing Zilimadjou would need is to be a man short in this fixture. In together there in the 18-yard area. In together there in the 18-yard area. The referee's attention called on. Kleso Dama from Togo. Having a word with Ebuka Anthony and Moshidi Bilali. Free kick taken by Chigozie Chileko. Deep form, Gengeliona got ahead to it. The chance now to strike for Ebuka Anthony. Another strike from Hadi Haruna. What does he need to do to put the ball in the back of the net? Everything good. It's fell in the feet of Hadi Haruna. But so far yet to hit the target. And then the chance gone begging. Goal kick for Zilimadjou.
3 strikes right now from that man, and over the bar all of them have been well positioned for at least those balls. But you would have been talking about a hat-trick of goals for him. None of them have gone into the back of the net. Just a recap of that. Earlier we saw the captain of the side, Samuel Anokwe, opening his arms wide to ask for a pass. He didn't get to him. You were thinking he was going to complain for one thing like an offside or something. Or
yes, Anokwe Sama for Remo Stars. Anokwe Sama with a strike just side net, and you wonder why he decided to go for his weaker left foot. Could have placed that one into the bottom left corner of Jawadi's goal.
Now, at this point, you don't think Remo Stars have any excuse not to have gotten the first goal with what you've seen so far. Great run and true ball on getting to that man, Anokwe Samo. We saw him earlier and he made that beautiful run. But the final ball, he was going to just put it by the right hand of the goalkeeper. But struck it really weak, and it was just completely out of the post.
Remo Stars creating those chances. Again to take advantage. Daniel Gomodede is still animated on the sidelines. His counterpart, Mohamed Hamid, hoping that his side will do the unthinkable here today.
Yeah, making some mistakes right there, but it's allowed. He's the only one there. He has to just be careful.
Chaka Kolibali making his way forward in that instance. But possession now back to Zilimadjou. 21 minutes in this encounter. Through ball for Suleimana. The flag has gone up for offside. Zilimadjou nil, Remo Stars nil. Well, it's been a live wire for Zilimadjou up top in this fixture. This is Suleimana Mohammed for the side from Comoros.
The man who came on for this game, we talked about him earlier, Flavio, has shown some brilliant moves at the early stage of this game, and he's also doing some great works and dropping into the midfield to those tackles. He's got some quick feet. And it's one of the players to watch out for this team if they have anything to go out or get out of this game with.
Key figure on this Remo Stars side, Alex Oyowa. Looking to get a throw in that instance. Went against his favor. And what will be a decent result for Zilimadjou in this tie? We know it's a tall order of a turn in the 4-goal deficit, but what will be a decent result for this side heading back to Comoros after this encounter today?
Anything from a draw upwards is fine for them. I think that's what it is. They've shown that they're a bit careful. They're also playing for pride. They're playing against a bigger side. We cannot lie about that. Both champions from their countries, Comoros and Nigeria. We know the Nigerian side are a bigger one, and they've got a 4-0 lead, playing on their own home soil, even if it's a game home away from home. If they get a draw, Zilimadjou should be happy going back home.
clearly want to be the targets for US Zilimadjou. Consecutive seasons in the first preliminary round, they head to Nigeria. Conceded in the first leg 4 goals, more than what they conceded across both legs against the Flying Antelopes last time out. Free kick for the home side.
Clear tackle from that man. He actually was brought down, clearly, Ismail Mohammed. He was looking to locate the number 14 player, Safimana Flavio. It was a true ball he was just looking to pull through, but clearly he was brought down by Chaka. The referee had no choice than to call that one back against Koulibaly.
Was also decent in the first leg of this game, Chaka Koulibaly. This man, forever in the history of Remo Stars, in charge, leading this side to their maiden MPFL title, and looking to add further to that historic feat by qualifying the team into the group stages of the CAF Champions League.
That's one man who wouldn't joke with success. He's always on forth for that. You see him going to get himself more improved. Went in for some courses, came back to the team, and look at how much he has driven them to that height. They've gone beyond being second position victims to becoming champions of the league, and they want to do one better in the Champions League. That's why you see them at this point putting in all energy, even if they're playing against a side they have gotten the 4-0 victory over in the first leg. Good one for the coach, Daniel Kumadede.
Free kick for Zilimadjou. The referee just calling that one back. Wanted to play the advantage at some point. Now we've got a player down for the home side. Ismail Mohammed has stayed down for Zilimadjou, hitting the turf in discomfort. Looking like the medical team will be needed in this instance. Gone down a couple of times in this game. Looks like this one, first thought, doesn't look too good. Now it was Oshidero who collided with Ismail Mohammed, as you can see from the replays.
Looks like it's going to be fine. Just needs that spray on his ankle. It was a clip on that foot. Oshidero completely missed that ball and just had to most likely bring him down. Whether intentionally, we are not so sure. I think he's been a great holding midfielder for the side. You see him almost everywhere in that midfield, Mohammed. And he's one of the key players for the team that has to be watched out for with what they've played so far.
Time for the managers to have a word with their players. Just taking advantage of that little downtime for the instructions being dished out. Remo Stars still yet to break the deadlock in this game. Zilimadjou yet to also get on the score sheets in this game. I want to call this one a cooling break, more like.
Clearly it's a cooling break. Have the players taking some water. It's an opportunity for the managers to talk to their players. See them always taking advantage of this. See if they can actually instruct them to take 1 or 2 decisions rightly. Like you mentioned, pressure. So putting that message into his players.
Well, Kwara United will be taking on Asante Kotoko of Ghana here on Sunday for that second leg encounter. A 7-goal thriller at the Accra Sports Stadium. And now they're hoping to do the job here against Asante Kotoko. Here to watch their fellow Nigerian Remo Stars in action. Hoping to do the job when they take on the side from Ghana in that second leg clash, as Nigerian teams look to progress into the second preliminary round.
A big game, everything to play for. They would have loved to play on their own home soil, where they're so used to the Kwara City Stadium. But we wouldn't say unfortunately, they have a good stadium right here in Abeokuta. You'd have trained a couple of times here and gotten used to the pitch. And have the support of the home fans, the Abeokuta faithfuls, some traveling down from Kwara to come watch them and support them fully.
Including the governor of the state who made a trip to Ghana to support the team. 3 away goals, decent. Now back to this encounter, Zilimadjou still trying to break the deadlock in this game. A strike blocked by Ebuka Anthony, throwing for the home side.
In case you forgot, they've got the only shot on target in this game. All saved by the goalkeeper Obasa for Remo Stars. They don't create too many, but when they have it, they do as much as they can to penetrate. The other one was well blocked. It would have been a shot, and most likely directed at the goalkeeper.
It was that strike from Ismail Mohammed. Obasa caught interaction at the time. And the Aruna is dictating the pace in that midfield area. Alex Soyowa looking for the run of Adama Goita. Still Adama Goita struggling to go past Patrick Malbrook there. Great defending from the Zilimadjou centre back, winning that one, getting the better of the Malian.
It was well read. Adama Goita had what he wanted to do in mind. He knows he's got that power and that slight pace. But the brilliance of Patrick Malbrook was just top notch in that one. Just went in front of him, turned as quickly as possible, and shielded him from getting the ball. The only option he had was to foul him if he wanted to get that one back. And it's a brilliant one again from the defense of Zilimadjou, holding strongly to make sure that nothing goes into the back of the net, at least in the first 30 minutes of this game.
Half an hour played in this tie. 30 minutes of action. Zilimadjou nil, Remo Stars nil. Remo Stars still lead by 4 goals to nil on aggregate. As he stands, Zilimadjou looking for 5 goals to make it through a strike. This time, not the sort of strike hit with so much venom. It was Flavio. Staying in the end. No worries for DB Obasa.
Now you understand why he had to get into the starting lineup straight up. Zafimana, Flavio. He's an instrumental player, though some team strikes we've seen right there. He should be doing better, but he's got that positioning and is working out perfectly for him.
Ebuka Anthony for Remo Stars over the top looking for Alex. Once again, nicely done by Patrick Malbrook. Now the foul on Zaid Amada Jafar.
Saw him in the first leg, came on as a substitute, and he played some good football. The man who moved in from Mali, already gotten used to the terrain right here in Abeokuta. Even played him a couple of away games. He knows what he wants in this encounter. He wants to get a goal. But one thing I also love him for is the fact that he has that team play, knows when to drop the passes. That experience that actually counts for him in this encounter.
Here's Oshidero for Remo Stars. Goita to Ebuka Anthony. Signed from Plateau United ahead of last season. Not the best of passes there from Ngengele Unit. Not the best of passes there from Ngengele Unit.
He has to be careful. If you're playing against pacey players who are really hungry or a bigger side, you might be running into trouble with such passes.
Shidera has gone down for Remo Stars. This doesn't look too good for the Sky Blue Stars. He's been so decent since making that move to the Sky Blue Stars. He's been fantastic in all his appearances so far in the MPFL. Also brilliant here in the first leg of this encounter. Now he's stayed down. The coach of Zilimadjou, Mohamed Hamid, having a word with his players. You wonder what the instructions will be.
No matter what, you have every opportunity to give those words. It's about putting them into action, and sometimes you even want to put them into action and you're having a brick wall in front of you.
2 Malians and Nigerian just having a word. Anakwe Samuel, Goita and Kolibali. Well, it's a Friday evening here in Abeokuta, and these fans have made out time to come enjoy the action here at the MKO Abiola Sports Arena in this second leg in the first preliminary round. Oshidero just being helped as he makes his way to the sidelines. You wonder what will be going through the minds of Coach Daniel Okumodede. He continues to have a word with Sulaiman Kamil, his assistant.
Not the kind of injury you want to see. It looks like he's holding on to his thigh. Maybe something that's got to do with his groin. But the game will continue. The referee has dropped the ball. It's been cleared out by Gengel Leonard. Hopefully he gets back into the game. We're not so sure. No substitutions yet. The game continues.
Meantime, Remo Stars will play with a man short. One back lane there by Chaka Kolibali. Alex Oyowa looking for the run of Adama Goita. Oh, it's been a decent battle there with Perfect Marble trying the no-look pass in that instance, but giving away cheaply to Alex Oyowa. Alex Oyowa strode past his marker. Now looking for the cutback. Adi Aruna just behind the midfielder who was waiting for the perfect layoff after a brilliant walk from Alex Oyowa. Obasa will play this one long. One touch from Hadi Aruna back to Gengel Leonard, and now Remo Stars will beat from the back once again. Ibrahim Abubakar to Alex Oyowa. He's got Chaka Kolibali for support. Kolibali has played it to the left for Chigozie Chileko. Hadi Aruna, nicely done. Couldn't get the better of Patrick Malbok. He's been everywhere. That backline for Zilimadjou.
Just wonder how he got to that position, Patrick Marburg. So unfortunately he was on the losing side in that first game. He was also brilliant in that one. Taking you back into that miss, he was something that's got to do with training ground techniques, and you wonder why his teammate was so far from him. Alex Oyowa played some beautiful moves right there, made that run, just needed somebody to give the pass to.
Now for the first time, Goita on Patrick Malbrook. Goita pleading his innocence to the assistant referee on the far right. Was Yusuf Saad Ikmanu in this instance. Just a shove there from Adama Goita.
Good to see him back on his feet. The referee trying to just make sure that he starts his authority in that game. Still very cool and calm. The Zilimadjou defense have been standout in this encounter. Aside from those tries you see from one of the finest players for Remo Stars, the one who started from the bench in the last game, who has hit about stopping Goita and Samuel Anakwe from penetrating with ease.
Still a man short, Remo Stars waits for confirmation of his replacement, as it's looking like Oshidero won't be able to continue in this game. There's Ebuka Anthony. No urgency for Remo Stars, quite understandably. We have a 4-goal advantage from the first leg.
They are careful, they don't want to hit the ball out, even if they have a player coming on for them. Most likely they should be having Kudusa Koni replace Oshidero, who will not be coming back into this game. Like you said, they are cool and calm, just like Cool and the gang, making sure that all they want is in their control, not struggling the ball. and allowing the opponents to maybe rival them on that level.
Here comes the substitution for Remo Stars. Kudus Akoni, the man called on to replace Sadiq Oshidero.
That's a man who's risen from the ranks, from beyond limits, the lower rungs of Remo Stars Football Club. He's been there since 2019, 2020, from the fact, and playing all his career right here. The 24-year-old will be looking to even do more as far as this is concerned.
Approaching the 40 minutes in this tie. Still no goals to report from the second leg of the first preliminary round in the CAF Champions League. Zilimadjou still making sure that this scoreline doesn't look too embarrassing like the one we saw in the first leg. Oh, Remo Stars still very much hoping to retain their title in the PFL. Oh, still on the meeting on the sidelines is the head coach of Zilimadjou, Mohamed Hamid. Oh, despite the fact that we've got a 4-0 disadvantage, you still got to show those emotions on the sidelines. Well, he felt that was too soft. Ismail Mohammed, the guilty party.
Clearly a stamp on the feet of that man, Abubakar, and the coach of the side was saying, no, that wasn't supposed to be a foul. You know you want to just get the ball back and win the flow again. But when that flow is halted, it's a pain for you. That's why you see the reaction from the Zilimadjou coach. But it's going to be a free kick for Abubakar, taking it for Remo Stars.
Koisamo decided to go back to Ibuka Anthony. Over the top to Rahim Abubakar. Trying to tee up on Koisamo with that one-time pass. Some risky plays there from Ichmanu. Just hitting that one against Adama Goita, who stayed down.
Looks like that has hit him in a dangerous position. Dangerous heat. That was really, really strong. Maybe on this left eye. Strong kick from the number 3 man, Yusuf Sahid. He can move, rather.
Well, they've made a forced substitution earlier on. It was Alex Soyor. Looking like he wants to carry on. Well, still bringing in the noise, the Remo Stars. Much calmer now. Mohamed Hamid for Zilimadjou having a word with his assistant.
Can't say he's calm in the heart. You can just say he's calm on the face as you see him at this point. Not happy with the situation. He wants something different.
A drop ball from the referee. Around a minute and a half left to normal time in the first 45. Now Zilimadjou conceded in the 12th minutes in the reverse fixture here on Sunday, and they conceded another at the stroke of half-time. And so far they've prevented Remo Stars from putting the ball in the back of the net. So maybe you want to say much better defensive display. The through ball from Anakwai Samuel to find Adi Aruna. Well, he got a slight touch. Not the cleanest of touches into the lungs of the goalkeeper. He has been making those runs, Adi Aruna, from midfield positions. And what has been lacking from his game so far is a goal. Good interaction. Zilimadjou trying to pick the goalkeeper at his near post. The strike was powerful and the save was brilliant from Adebi Obasa. Corner for Zilimadjou.
Adebi Obasa very at a lot on that one. You must give it to Mohamed Sulemana. I don't think he would have done any better. Put the ball in a very perfect position. There was no way he was going to put it to the other side. Chose them to put it to the right of the goalkeeper, who was well positioned for that. And saved it so well. Lovely reflex. Good one. Points out for a corner.
Corner kick for Zilimadjou. As we see the confirmation of how much added time in this first 45. 3 minutes of added time. Zaid to take this corner for Zilimadjou. Corner taken low, cleared by Alex Oyowa. Only as far as Moshi Bilali, who hit that team strike at the end, was on target. Easy catch for Adebi Obasa.
Another strike on target for them. Zilimadjou really showing that they have come into this game to get something out of it. As much as they wanted, Remo Stars have not really been able to punch their way through. But a beautiful game, and it makes it even more interesting. Not making it look like a dead rubber game in the second leg of this encounter. Kudos to Zilimadjou, not having too much of the possession, but once they get the ball, they're pushing forward to actually find a way past the goalkeeper.
Nicely done by Chigozie Chileko on the left-hand side. There's Anakwai Samuel. Oh, nicely done, Anakwai Samuel. Sliding challenge there from the captain of the side, Osulaha Hilali on Anakwai Samuel. Alex Oyowa not too pleased with that challenge. Anakwai stays down, really in pain. The referee seems to have everything in control. Akleso Gnama from Togo fits one. Well, it was the follow-through in the end, you want to say. Maybe he got a large portion of the ball, but the follow-through just catching Anakwai Samuel.
Anakwai Samuel also been lucky right there. He actually stepped on Hilal in that situation, who went in for that tackle. Seems to be back on his feet. Hilal still feels those pains. Not sure the referee will see that. Most likely be picking up a yellow card for the tackle they went in for. And you've always been told, be careful when you go in for tackles. Don't show those thoughts. The fans are actually enjoying every beat of it. 2
minutes of the 3 other time played here at the Remo Stars. Just putting myself in check, almost saying the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikene. This is the MKO Abiola Sports Arena in Abeokuta.
Can we even say the home ground of Zilimadjou on this game? As the team actually playing at home today.
Maybe one final chance for the away side from this set piece. Once again, Ibrahim Abubakar and Hadi Aruna standing by to hit this one. Oh, down in Okumodede, as we can see, just having a word with Mosulai Hilali on the technical area. Free kick will be taken. Coming together there at the edge of the 18-yard area. A bit of a running, shoving. Taken low by Ibrahim Abubakar to Anakwai Samuel. Trying to send the cross in another far post, and Gangelion and headed that one out. The flag has gone up and it's rolled out for a goal kick. No, we saw that routine in the first leg. Remo Stars trying to recreate something similar once again.
No, doesn't look so perfect. It was a combination of Chiliku and Abubakar in the first leg. 2 fullbacks and doing so well. This one for Samuel Anakwai, his cross was not there. Just hit it way out of the post, and the ball comes back in again.
And the referee looks to his watch, and he has sounded the half-time whistle. Well, at this stage in the first leg, Zilimadjou were 2 goals down, heading into the tunnel. At this time, no goals after 45 minutes, Sebastian. Well, scratching his head there, Daniel Ogumodede. But this man has been quite busy in goal. Adebi Obasa has made some decent saves to deny Zilimadjou from getting their names on the score sheet in this fixture. But Remo Stars not in any rush, still very much calm, still very much have this tie in their hands. Both teams will look to regroup coming out for the second 45. Remo Stars still lead by 4-0 on aggregate, but as far as this second leg tie is concerned, no goals to report. Hadi Haruna has been at the end of almost everything good for the Sky Blue Stars in this fixture. But after 45 minutes of action, halftime score, Zilimadjou 0, Remo Stars 0. Well, we've seen a brilliant 45 minutes of action in this second leg, first preliminary round of the CAF Champions League. Zilimadjou, the home side, against the Sky Blue Stars of Remo Stars in this clash here today. Both teams came out of the tunnel looking bright, was able to pull the strike away and to draw that save from Baby Obasa. Well, in other time, Remo Stars trying to create an attacking move of their own. Anakwe Samuel brought down by that challenge from Hilali. Right in at the time. And of course Samuel, he's got the flair, he's got the 3-3 leading this Remo Stars team today. Nice step of us to go past Jafar. And trying to do that again, but Hilali says no. Just catching Anakwe Samuel on that challenge. Well, after 4 minutes, I'll make that 3 minutes of added time. And our center referee, Kleso Nama, sounded the full-time whistle. No goals to report in the first 45. Still 45 minutes left to play in this second leg preliminary round fixture. And in case you missed the first 45, you wouldn't want to miss the second. Half-time score, Zilimadjou 0, Remo Stars 0. Welcome back. This is the MKO of your Sports Arena. We are set for the second 45. Just to remind you what the scoreline is: Zilimadjou nil, Remo Stars nil. It is the first preliminary round of the CAF Champions League. This is the second leg tie between these two sides. Center referee ready to set this one rolling. Once again, to remind you, Akleso Gnama from Togo handling proceedings here. The Obasa caught interaction a couple of times in that first 45, making those brilliant saves. And in the opposing goal, Yusuf Jawadi also second claim for those aerial balls. And Zilimadjou, the home side, will get us underway for the second 45. And they are all green attire. Zilimadjou, the home side, now attacking the goal to our right hand side. Remo Stars attacking the goal to our left, who will break the deadlock in this second leg tie here today. At the start of the second 45 in that first leg fixture, Remo Stars already 2 goals up for the good. 2 goals in neither half in that first leg fixture. Yet to see a goal in this game. First infringement in the second 45. Advantage, Remo Stars. Free kick on the right hand side.
With what was in the first half, the home faithfuls will still have that mindset that they will be watching their team play against Mamelodi Sundowns, but they want to focus on this first. They want their team to actually win beyond just getting the first leg and victory. The joy will be going into that game with a victory in this one, and that's just what they are clamoring for. Most likely there'll be some substitutions for Remo Stars to see that they make sure this result is settled.
Free kick taken by Hadi Aruna, straight into the loans of Yusuf Jawadi. We're talking about the all position line in wait for either of this side. In the meantime, here's Flavio for Zilimadjou, looking for the run of Saidi Ibrahim. Just the pass too heavy for Ibrahim to run through. It's Obasa written by to claim that one. We're talking about this tie here today. I think a win for Remo Stars will maybe do something in the minds of Mamelodi Sundowns, irrespective of the opposition. Zilimadjou, you want to win both legs of this tie to maybe put something in the minds of the opposition line and wait.
That's what the fans are actually clamoring for. Pundits will also say it, you have to win convincingly.
Oh, free kick taken quickly there. Remo Stars now showing all the urgency here. Magoita on the turn, robbed off the ball, and now he's fouled as marker. Free kick for Zilimadjou. That was really quick.
Really quick. You wouldn't see that coming. I think they've told them that they need to bring in some sense of urgency. They put in that mindset into the team, because like I mentioned earlier, if you win convincingly in the first leg and do it again in the second leg, it makes your opponents, no matter who they are, have a bit of rethink when they're coming into the first leg, which is most likely going to be played right here. And that's what Remo Stars need to do. Not just winning the game, they have to show something different from what we've seen in the first half. They've just been calm, enjoying the game, looking to run down time. But there's been no much push for getting the goals, even though they've gotten a couple of chances, but we're not clinical in front of the goalpost.
Oh, clearly Remo Stars would love to play that first leg game. The Fortress in Ekene. That touch from Goita too heavy. You want to play at your regular home ground when you come up against such opposition in the second preliminary round. Here's Zilimadjou now with Suleimana. Good looking cross, headed out by Ngenge Leonard. He's got the height, he's got that aerial dominance. And he's got maybe some huge shoes to fill. It's Nduka Jr. departing for Iraq. So, job in the hands there for the young Ngenge Leonard. Maybe not the like-for-like replacement, but clearly a job to be done in that Remo Star centre-back position. Here's Flavio. Seems to have caught Ngenge Leonard, but the play will carry on. Leonard has stayed down for Remo Stars. Still down Leonard. The cross comes in. too deep for Flavio and out for a goal kick.
Not happy with the situation, Leonard. Getting back on his feet, and I'm talking to the assistant referee, most likely asking him why he didn't take that call. But good to see him back on his feet. To see the coach of the other side, Zilimadjou, Thiago Freyas-Kunde. Still looking at getting something out of this encounter. Very much hopeful, and putting in all his energy. And I'm seeing as much brilliance he can bring out of his players to get that result.
Alex Oyoa for Remo Stars. On the turn, here's Hadi Aruna. Looking for Goita. Clearance in the end. Throwing for Remo Stars. Oh, he talked about the urgency earlier on. Seems like they've dropped the ante a little bit. Remo Stars trying to get on the score sheet. Here's Chaka Koulibaly. Looking for Kudus Akoni, who came on in the first 45 for the man for Remo Stars, Oshidero. And this time the strike, audacious from the centre back, Ebuka Anthony. Well, when you score that 4-0 win, you would also always want to give it a try to also get a name on the score sheet.
And that's what he did right there. And you were talking about the urgency from the team. I think one thing Remo Stars need right now is to get that man on the beach. Olamilekun Adedayo. That was the best player for them last season. You need that holding midfielder. You've seen what Haruna Adi can do. Both of them can play on the same beach at the same time, but at different positions. They're not getting the player who can pick the ball from the back, move it to the front, and spread those passes around. That's what Remo Stars have faced as a challenge. They've done most of their runs from the flanks. Getting those balls from the middle has been a challenge. Cruz Akoni has also done his best, but you need that anchor midfielder, which is what has been a challenge for the team. You see more of it from the opposing side. The number 10 man, Ismail Mohammed, has been instrumental for them, even though they don't have that quality to match up with what Remo Stars have put together.
Well, wait to see if Adedayo Olamilekun will be needed in this tie, especially with such an aggregate scoreline. So you maybe want to keep him for a future task.
I was going to say that. The coach is also very careful on the stance and what the situation is. Injuries can come in at any point, and that's one thing he doesn't want to happen. You need such a player for a game against Mamelodi Sundowns, and they also have a game on Thursday. So those things are put together, and they understand this so well. You have to manage the players so well. That's why you have them so many. Let everybody play, and let's keep some of our qualities behind the scenes.
Well, before Mamelodi Sundowns, Remo Stars still got jobs to do in the MPFL. Had a decent starts, maybe not by their standards, in the defense of their title. Began the season here with a 1-1 draw against Rivers United, followed that up with a 2-1 win away from home to Kun Khalifat. Back here, 1-0 win against Warriors before losing out to Plateau United in just by 2-0. Back in MPFL action on Thursday, where they travel to Wire to take on Abia Warriors. Title defense so far: 2 wins, a draw, and a defeat in the MPFL. So they've got their work cut out, hoping to do it in back-to-back seasons as champions in Nigeria. Ibrahim Abubakar to take this one. Ngenge Leonard, definitely one of the options, waiting to pounce. The cross comes in. Indeed, it's Leonard. Rose Hayes, just maybe leaning on the shoulders of the centre-back.
It was well shielded right there. It was a dangerous jump for him. Fezu Gaitan that was just right in front, making sure he didn't have the full control of that header. But you know him, he will always want to take that risk. A young man, knowing that there is so much line on his shoulders, he wants to get that result. Beyond just doing so well in defense, he always wants to be amongst the goals. And that was some great jump right there on the left side. Beautiful delivery also from Abubakar. And you said something about the defense. Nduka Jr. was one of the names he mentioned. Remember, they also have Ahmed Akinele at the under-20s at this point. 2 top defenders for Remo Stars. And I love the fact that they've been able to hold on, even they don't have those 2 names at this point, and playing for the team in a new season.
Yes, Kudu Sakoni. Trying to weave his magic on that left-hand side. Kudus Akoni has won the corner for Remo Stars. Oh, Zilimadjou doing just enough to prevent this Remo Star side from getting on the score sheet. Flavio coming back to aid in those defensive duties.
It was a great defense right there from Flavio. Made sure he got on that ball, and I think it was a bit of a laid-back movement from Kudus Akoni. He would have gotten that ball in. He had gone past Patrick Malbrook with ease, with that and one leg step over. The next thing was to put some sense of urgency into that cross, but unfortunately he couldn't get it. But at least he wins a corner.
Would they get the breakthrough from this corner kick, Remo Stars? 7 Remo Stars players in the box in that congested 6-yard area. 10 minutes into the second 45. Zilimadjou nil, Remo Stars nil. Corner comes in from Hadi Aruna. Zilimadjou standing tall. Danger not entirely clear. Still Remo Stars on the attack. Now they want to throw in on the right hand side. Taken quickly by Ngengelione. Here's Alex Soyoa. Cross comes in from Alex. The goalkeeper off his line. And the return fell kindly. The strike came in, but Goita pretty much felt he was in an offside position. Just slow to react there in that situation. Adama Goita, the Malian. Zilimadjou will tang their stars, but they've given it away cheaply. Goita once again will strike, blocked by Patrick Malbrook. Struggling to clear their lines now, Zilimadjou. And now they've done it. Sulemana with a through ball. Has he stayed onside? The flag has gone off. Flavio just too hasty in making that run in an offside position. Free kick for Remo Star.
What a beautiful pass again for Flavio. He knows how to make those runs, but it was a brilliant defense from Ngengelione. He stayed back a bit, understood what he was, but from the replay, very tight. Yeah, let that go. Maybe he would have passed, but that man, Flavio, really deserved to start in this game. Maybe it would have been more trouble for Remo Stars in the first leg. He's shown those moves again, has given them some quality in the attack. Played from both sides. Sometimes you see him drive through the middle from the midfield. That was just the best way to go. Going back to what happened to Goita earlier, he would have actually scored that one. But like you mentioned, he was scared, he was offside, not looking up to what he had in front of him. It was a pass on the platter of gold. They would have just slotted into the back of the net.
Ngengelione bringing it out from the back. Well, he's won the free kick this time. Taken by Kudus Akoni. Exchanging passes there with Hadi Aruna. Here's Chigozie Chileko. Still Chigozie Chileko. Still in possession. Remo Stars. Hadi Aruna trying to play through for Ibrahim Abubakar. Well, caught out in the end by Suleimana. Early's got pace, calling for options. He's found one in Flavio. Flavio trying to play through, looking for the run of Patrick Malbrook, but standing tall, standing strong in Ngengelione. Great defending, and he's won the goal kick. Malbrook just gesticulating to the assistant referee that the elbow was on. Trying to create something from this one. Msaide has gone past his marker. The cutback comes in. Lebuka Anthony, not for the first time, will intervene. For there from Msaide Ibrahim. He's done everything nice. He's thrown past Kudus Akoni, but the cutback wasn't the very best. Instead of looking for a green shirt, he found a Remo Stars player in Ebuka Anthony, who was able to put that one out to safety. Great spell this is for Zilimadjou.
The best of their moves, and you will see in the second half. Msaide Ibrahim doing some lovely call time in that box. He was actually protesting that it was a handball from Ebuka Anthony, who had his hand on the ground. The referee, let's see what they bring into this one, as he responds so highly, not happy with what he's doing. But unfortunately, went almost straight at the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper just had to watch out for that, staying on that post to make sure that nothing drops into the net and from that very dangerous situation.
want to believe for most of the football fans building up to this game that the predictions must have had goals in them, especially when you look at 4 goals being scored in the first leg. But so far, after 65 minutes of action,
some high level of composure right there from the goalkeeper for Barca. Getting the ball from Anthony, giving it back to him with ease in some new position where he completely beats out the player who was attacking. I think you must give them some kudos to this team, Zilimadjou. There's something they've done in the second leg so far. They've been able to penetrate, find a way out. Anthony and Leonard stopping some of.
Back-to-back champions in Comoros, 4 times champions of top flight football in the Comoros Island. Surely merited their place here in this preliminary round. Over the top for Msida Ibrahim, 1-on-1 with Ngenge Leonard. Another block from Leonard. The other players calling for handball, but the referee says play on. And outside of the boot pass from Alex Soyowa, looking for Samson Olasupo. Great defending. Great recovery. Great run from Moshid Bilali. And he's won the free kick for Zilimadjou. The players still protesting. And that opportunity earlier on, Suleimana in particular, saying it was handball from Ngenge Leonard. Now having a word with the referee.
That's the second time you will see them talk about it. Akleso Nama, the referee from Togo, has been challenged by the players of Comoros. And that defense was top class. That's how to actually defend.
There from Flavio, wriggling his way past 2 Remo Stars players. It's been a handful for the Remo Stars centre-backs. Flavio doing just enough there to go past not 1 but 2 Remo Stars players. Great skill, great flair. Restored to the lineup for this tie today for Zilimadjou, and he has been handful, I must say. Look at that, great skill to go past Ngenge Leonard.
Completely beating them both, Ngenge Leonard and Akoni Kuduzu, who was running down. That was a tackle from Chileku. Though he got the ball, but it was tough, and this is a man I will say he is in contention for the man of the match. He's been really instrumental and brilliant all game.
It's clearly been not as smooth sailing as the first leg for Remo Stars. You get a feeling that Zilimadjou went back and have a second look at that game. 2 goals they considered in the first 45, another 2 they considered in the East.
Straight through the defense. It's looking like a balanced game if you ask me, but more of the Comoros side penetrating with the best of moves, and have been stopped by some tough tackles by Remo Stars.
Over the top from Chigozie Chileku, looking for Ibrahim Shaib. Oh, talk about that forward defending. And he's had a brilliant game. Manu for Zilimadjou, making those runs, making those tackles. Surely this team, even if they go down, they're not going down without a fight. Still preserving their goal in this fixture. The cross blocked. Oh, it came off the hand, and our centre referee, Akleso Gnama, has pointed to the spot for much of the hard work. Zilimadjou, and they have considered a penalty here in the 71 minutes of this tie. Made no hesitation to point to the sport. Akleso Gnama, our centre referee. And Remo Stars will have this chance on a platter from 12 yards to get the Gnama. And it's a penalty for Remo Stars as Zilimadjou will make a double substitution.
Yusuf Ikman moving from hero to villain. It's just a certainty that Remo Stars will be playing a penalty for most likely the first goal of the game. Not the kind of goal they would have wanted to concede.
Alex Soyowa from 12 yards for Remo Stars. Alex Soyowa puts the ball in the back of the net, and Remo home and dry. The man who knows how to score on the continent. Done it with Rivers United of the crowd here today. The keys to the fans. Alex Oyowa, the man. And Remo Stars lead in this away fixture.
Continues from where he left off in the first leg. Looked so well at where the goalkeeper was diving to. Yusuf Jawadi moved to the right, he put that one in the middle, and it was a brilliant finish for him. A lovely way to score a penalty. A great game for Remo Stars, to the discomfort and the displeasure of the opponents, who feel really down at this point after a hard fight, who would have at least wanted to get a draw. They might not want to go down, they still want to continue. Brilliant game again from Remo Stars, getting the first goal of this encounter.
Remo Stars 1, Zilimadjou 0. But in case you thought it was difficult for Zilimadjou, now it is near impossible for the side from Comoros.
Well, I talked about history of what happened in 1979, a 4-0 lead being turned around in the second leg by a 5-0 victory for the team from Tanzania, Simba SC. But this time around, it's not looking like it. It's already 74 minutes, and they've considered to make it 5 against them. Comoros team, Zilimadjou, have a lot on their hands. I think they will just be playing for pride at this point.
15 more minutes left to normal time in the second 45. Remo Stars in front. Alex
game who will be more pained than the manager of the side, Mohamed Hamid. Not happy with the situation, obviously. Really done a great job, if you ask me, from what I was seeing from the team's improvement in this second leg. But unfortunately, they will consider goal from the handball in the penalty box.
Still a respectable scoreline as far as this second leg tie is concerned so far. Still got time for more goals in this game. Well, clearly Remo Stars in a much better position, in more control. Well, they've been in control since the first leg tie. And now this game, just to ease that pressure of getting a goal taken away. There's a goal scorer, Alex Oyowa. Back to Alex Oyowa. Nicely done. Still hungry for more. Still hungry for a second goal. Kudu Sakoni now for the Sky Blue Stars. Given away by Ibrahim Shrive. Quick turnovers now from Zilimadjou. You got a feeling that that goal has just done something to this Zilimadjou side. You don't want to feel hard done by after putting so much hard work, preventing this Remo Stars from scoring from open play, and then you concede a penalty. Could be more low cross from Boubacar Ibrahim.
It was a hard move from him.
Nicely done, kept in play there by Suleimana. Just when you thought that will roll out for the Remo Stars join. What a first touch that was from Suleimana. Remo Stars still on the ascendancy. The pass from Alex Oyowa, blocked and out for a throw.
They keep pushing, Remo Stars. They want to get something again, and that is just what they needed from the start of the game. But the Comoros team will not let them penetrate.
Michael Ibe changing passes with Ibrahim Shoaib. Can they get a second? The lead 5-0 on aggregates. Rolled over for a throw-in for the home side. Slow to react there, Kudu Sakoni. Daniel Ogumo did not too pleased. Despite the fact that his side in a comfortable position, he would always react. Of Zilimadjou, pleased to.
I think he would have just dropped that pass as easily as he should have done it. Took too much time running away and trying to pull the players in that direction, but it didn't work out for him. Ibrahim was waiting to just get the pass and struck that one to the back of the net. But unfortunately, the pass wasn't going to come. Well defended by Zilimadjou.
A nice give and go there. The flick there from Zaid Mada Jafar. Chaka Koulibaly brought down. Free kick for Remo Stars. So the Malian enjoying his time so far with these Sky Blue Stars. Brought down by Flavio. He's been at the receiving end of those tackles. Koulibaly this time clearly impeded.
It's really been a rock-solid midfielder for the team. Stayed so well in that defensive midfield role. You don't see him go forward too many times, but when he does that understanding that he's got cover. It's been very brilliant in all of the games he's played in this Champions League. The first 90 minutes was great for him. This one also, maybe not as brilliant. But a good game for Chaka.
Attempted flick there from Chigozie Chileku. Not perfectly executed. 5 more minutes left to 90. Zilimadjou 0, Remo Stars 1. Remo Stars 5-0 on aggregate. Stanley Joseph come to see out the final 5 minutes of normal time. Well, the man who we eulogized about moments ago is a player who will be making away. Chaka Koulibaly gets the appreciation from his head coach Daniel Madede. See next way.
That's what he gets. Really great performance from a midfielder. Black class, bringing all he's learned from his former club and his footballing career into the game.
Cross from the left-hand side. Kwaku was the target. This be the moment for Zilimadjou in this fixture. Can they get a leveler? That strike from Flavio. Just too high. The intention was great. The attempt was decent. He's trying to go for the corner. A risky play there from Ngengelion, trying to play on from the back.
I think that youthful exuberance is still playing a role in his life. Ngengelion, and how he picked himself back up is really funny.
Flavio just feeling the cramps now. Every team in Africa would clearly want to be a part of this year's edition of the CAF Champions League. Bodies lying on the floor. Alex Soyowa. Samson Olasupo also down on the turf. So take another look. Kudu Sakoni down moments ago. Alex Soyowa followed, and Samson Olasupo trying to get to that pass. Also impeded. I think he was the foul on Samson. That has been awarded as a free kick for Remo Stars. And as we approach the 90 minutes, we'll wait for confirmation of how much added time will be given in this fixture. Bet you Zilimadjou can't wait for this one to be over. There you have it, 90 minutes on the clock, 3 minutes down of the CAF Champions League. Well, final thoughts overall from what you've seen from the Sky Blue Stars across both legs of this game.
hugely improved. You could say they have not played against the strongest of opponents. They played both games on their home ground, so not fully tested. But you love what you see, keeping a couple of players like Adedayo Olamileko on the bench and for all games. They still have some additions. I love the attacking force that they have actually added. Jodiba gave them one of their those fine players, Goita, and they still have the top scorer for 2 seasons ago. And these guys still looking for that memory again. It's going to be a tough one, but I tell you, it takes time, and it also helps build the coefficients for your team. Talk about the amount of teams would have been looking at having more Nigerian teams if they were doing well in the Champions League and the Confederations Cup, but that's not the case for them.
Round grants doubled from $50,000 to $100,000. Zilimadjou would also going back to Comoros with Zilimadjou nil, Remo Stars 1, and the Sky Blue Stars lead by 5 goals to nil on aggregate. And it was just enough for our center referee Akleso Gnama from Togo, who has seen enough. And Remo Stars and won in the second leg. Mamelodi Sundowns lie in wait. Full time after the second leg fixture of this first preliminary round tie. This is Zilimadjou nil, Remo Stars 1.